my name is Nemi, Swami Bibi Nemi, and I'm going to talk about reality as it is. Reality as it is the first part of the Yoga of Living and Loving program. Yoga of Living and Loving program is a framework for individual and collective living using the basic principles of the Vedic wisdom tradition. So it's showing what are the basic principles of the Vedic wisdom tradition and how they apply practically in modern life, given that we're living in a scientific, technological society. I'm going to show that in this reality as it is, we'll be talking about consciousness especially because the Vedic wisdom tradition it gives us a consciousness-based paradigm. Our modern society is more or less based on a matter-based paradigm, and we'll discuss how that gives rise to problems. And the Vedic paradigm is consciousness-based, so we'll be talking about the individual consciousness and showing that it's a real, non-physical entity that has a very profound effect in the world in which we're living. And then also there's universal consciousness, which is the basis for the world that we're living in and the basis of our own conscious existence, and the relationship between these two, between the individual consciousness and the universal consciousness. So this relationship is called yoga, and yoga is the basis of the Vedic paradigm. It's the purpose of life, actually. To live in yoga means live in relationship, this relationship between the individual consciousness and the universal consciousness or supreme consciousness. Now, a man may say, well, this isn't very scientific, but actually it's extremely scientific. If we look at science, science is supposed to explain important regularities like gravitation, like electromagnetic phenomena, and so on. But the most important regularities, there's three very important regularities in science. One is the existence of the scientist, conscious scientist who's doing science, because without that it wouldn't take place. Second thing, it's the existence of the scientific community, means a multiplicity of conscious scientists, because without that science wouldn't take place also. And then the third thing is the nature of matter, this material world in which we're living, including this amazing body which scientists use to do science. So science actually isn't making very good progress in explaining the basic essential nature of the individual scientist, of communities, of matter, and particularly of the body. But the Vedic wisdom tradition gives a very consistent and a very complete explanation of these essential regularities. And they're not just things that are important for science, they're important for life as a whole. Who am I? Relationships. What is this world in which we're living? What are the principles that govern it? How can I live in it peacefully and happily? These are the basic questions of life, and any real system of knowledge should address these questions. And that's exactly what the Vedic wisdom tradition does. So it really gives us the most consistent explanation for the basic big questions of life, and it also gives a very full, comprehensive, and consistent view of how we can live together in this world, human beings, animals, birds, trees, plants, and live peacefully and happily, and at the same time find real fulfillment through spiritual advancement. So that's some substance of reality as it is, and now we'll start to unfold that in more detail.